We're recording. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. To welcome back to the Faces for Autism with Love Telethon. I'm Jacob Hackett. My next guest tonight is a radio DJ. Well, in the Philadelphia market. He's here to talk to us today about how telethons have evolved over the past 20 or 30 years. Well, 20 or 30 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Dan Blackman.
Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. And just
Anytime.
and just as I said in the intro, we're we're not only here tonight to raise awareness for autism, but we're here to show the world, since this is being broadcast all over the country, worldwide, YouTube, Facebook, and other sites. We're not only here to show people what autism is, but it's okay, and not only being okay, but people need to know how to de- not deal with, but learn what it's like if you come in contact with someone that has it. How do you show awareness? How do you help the disabled community? I mean, there's so many questions, and sadly, sometimes I feel like there's not enough answers.
Yeah, that's true. That's why doing the telethon like you're doing now is tremendous because it educates people, makes people aware what's going on, and helps out the entire community.
Yeah, and I mean, you've been involved with your years in Philly and in the metro area. You've been involved in, I would say, what, tons of different things. I could go on and on. Coleman, um, so many different chapters of things. You were at B101 for quite some time, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
did.
mean,
We did a lot of different things for the community. When you were talking earlier about telethons, I remember being at Channel 3 back in the late 90s and doing where people would watch. It was for Easter seals, and they would watch and call in. And I was part of a phone bank that people could call in and make donations.
oh wow. And for those of you that don't know what Easter seals is, uh, I'll explain and then Dan can piggyback off of what I'm about to say. Easter seals is a day program, or they provide home health services to those that are in need, to those that are disabled, and they give you a chance to go out in the community and just provides a warm and welcoming experience to those in the community. And yeah, I mean, like there needs like like things like that, Dan. There's not enough community. I don't think there's enough. That I think there was more community involvement back in the 80s and 90s than there is now, sadly. But I don't know.
It can seem like that at times, but I think that people, actors and actresses and famous people, a lot of times some of them don't want to have their face out there. They don't want people to think, oh, you're just doing it just to get attention. And they give money, and then you find out later how much money was given by them. They don't want the publicity for some reason. They just want to give. They want to be part of it that way, and then just go on from there. And you hear stories after the fact, even athletes who have given money and food and services and medicine and things around the holidays, and they don't want the recognition because they don't want people to perceive, well, oh, you're just doing it for publicity. No, they really care. So they like to do it anonymously.
Yeah, yeah, and that's just it. I mean, where I was before I went on doing these interviews, I was contacting, you know, people that were a part people. I was trying to get in touch with people, celebrities, sports stars. I've I've a good bit of contacts, and you do too, I'm sure. Being in the radio business, you picked up people, people, you can send people emails at a moment's
Yeah.
notice. So I reached out to some people, and I tried to reach out to the Philadelphia Phillies. Um, some parts of it I was successful with, and other parts were a little difficult. And you know this, and for anyone watching this, if if you're planning on putting together a large scale event, just like we are tonight, it takes time. You can't all of a sudden just wake up in the morning and go, oh, I want to put a telethon together. No, no. Uh, Isabel Mosca, who I'm working with tonight, she contacted me back in November, actually it might have been December, and said, I like the idea. We can't do any in-person events this year because they normally do a comedy fundraiser. Can't do a comedy fundraiser because you can't have people indoors. And and she said, how do you like the idea of a telethon? I said, I said, sounds like a wonderful idea. She contacted me just a few weeks ago, and we've gotten the ball rolling since. And here we are tonight, putting together a telethon, talking to the public. I've got Dan here with me. I've had parents on the line tonight. I've been interviewing people. People are dialing into the telethon and they're saying, "You, I want you to hear my story." And they're telling us their stories. They're telling us why it's important. So that's what we're trying to stress here, people. Let's raise money. Let's donate because right now times are tough.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that when I did some stuff for B101, one of the things we did was stockings for kids for the Salvation Army. So we wanted to have uh, a gift for people during the holidays. And also we collected coats and gloves and actually went down to the Salvation Army down in North Philadelphia. And man, that was an eye-opening experience. Just after doing that, realizing how lucky you are, the folks that came in and have absolutely nothing. One of the questions that someone asked me one time was, so how many stockings do you want to stuff, or how many? And my response always is, as many as we can. So if anybody asks you during this telethon, Jacob, how much money do you want to raise? You should say, as much money as we can. Never put a dollar amount, because then people may stop giving.
Right, and that's just it, Dan. We're not limiting ourselves to
No.
just, oh, I expect to raise such and such amount of money. No, let's raise the money. It's going towards a cause. Times are tough, as I just said. Let's do it, people. The
As much as you can raise is what you want to raise.
Yeah,
So
uh,
never
no.
put a figure on it.
Oh, I never. I never planned to put figures on money when we're discussing an event like this. So I mean, there you go. Dan gave a clear-cut example. You, whether it's the Salvation Army, whether it's autism, It could be anything we're talking about. It could even be, and I'll really rattle your brains a little. It could be the Jerry Lewis MDA telethon.
Yeah,
We're here to raise money, people. We're not here to say, oh, this is what I expect to do tonight, and that's the end of the story. No, the moral of the story is people need money, organizations need money now
yes,
more than ever.
absolutely.
Yeah, so we're really trying to drive home. You see the number on the screen. You know there's, and we're not just, I mean, yes, it's faces for autism, but we're looking at the community. We're looking at other disabilities. Let's raise big money tonight, people, where the phone lines are open. You can donate on Facebook. The number's down the bottom of the screen. Let's do it.
As much as you can give, it's well appreciated.
Yeah, and yeah, it's well appreciated. And I don't mean to jump off topic, but I will just a second. But Dan, was that stockings for kids that you mentioned? Was
Yes.
that was that similar to this in some sense?
No, we weren't doing anything. We weren't doing a radiothon or actually asking people to call in. We were actually asking for donations, and we would go to different businesses, whether large or small, and just people could donate. And we had drop-off locations. Um, I'm trying to think if it was Acme Markets, if that possibly was it. And we would just collect as many toys as we can, and then we bring them all to different Salvation Army locations. They would distribute it, and they were tremendous.
Yeah, and and yeah, and we're talking about autism tonight, but there are so many organizations that do so much good
Yeah,
in this tri-state area country. Wherever we're looking tonight, please donate. It's not something hard. The number's down the bottom of the screen. You've heard the stories. You've heard the struggles of some parents tonight during times like these. If you can, donate as much, donate whatever you feel within your heart is right.
you said it very well.
Donate whatever is in your heart. And you know this, we need, and I'll jump on one of my last topics today, awareness. People need to be aware that the fact that there is autism out there, that there are disabilities out there, because I don't mean to sound mean, but some people I don't think have know or grasp have the ability to grasp that there are disabilities. You see people struggling on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Never know what's going on in someone else's life and the struggles they're going through every single day. So please give as much as you can. Every little bit helps. It all adds up.
I gave it, I'm going to use an expression that I used recently when speaking to a college class up in North Jersey virtually. Uh, if you walk a mile in their shoes, you'll see what you may see what it's like living for a day. Then you get it.
Sure. Definitely. Definitely. Count your blessings.
Yeah, that's it. Count your blessings. Um, yeah, so please donate. Dan and I have stressed it. I've had other interviews tonight. Please donate. Um, thank you, Dan, for taking the time.
Anytime. Anytime, Jacob.
Um, ladies and gentlemen, once again, donate. And many more donations, I'm sure, are coming in tonight. thank you for taking your time. Once again, as we said, as much, as little, let's do some good for the community.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And I am